Before we start this video, there are a couple of things that you need to know. Number one is that this is not a tech channel and I am not a tech YouTuber. And number two is that I've been a very happy, very proud MacBook user since my first year of college. It's been 4 years now, and when I tell you that the new MacBook Air is the perfect laptop for college-going students, I hope I'm able to convince you, because the point of this video is not to talk about how good the laptop is in performance or how it compares to the similarly priced or better spec Windows laptops, or even how much it scores in benchmarks, because I'm not the person to do that. This video is a very small and meager attempt to try and change the mindset of several Indian parents and even more students that a college-going student does not deserve a pro machine or a laptop that is something that is considered in the premium segment. The most obvious problem that most people will have with this laptop is the 1,15,000 price tag that it commands. If you compare it with the previous generation, it's a 40,000 rupees bump in pure MRP. But if you consider the improvements in terms of the specs, you get a lighter laptop which has a better screen, it has a better keyboard, it has a better trackpad, it has better storage, better RAM, everything is better. But the argument here is not whether MacBook Air is a good laptop or not. We all know that MacBooks are generally great, that MacBooks are the tools of choice for several professionals. You go to a cafe, you will see a lot of people just typing away or chatting on their MacBooks, and there is a reason for that. The reason that MacBooks or Apple laptops are the tools of choice for several professional programmers, designers, artists, video editors is very simple. These are tools that offer exclusivity. They offer uniqueness to the user. The same argument then carries over to college students as well. A college student is a person who is beginning their own life, living out on their own for the first time, probably building out an identity of an own. Now, many parents and many students believe that a college student needs a laptop to write an assignment, watch movies, browse some Facebook, and that's all. Speaking from my own personal experience, when I got my MacBook Air, not only did I do all those things, trust me, I watched the entire Daredevil Season 1, 13 hours on a stretch, right before my English literature exam, and that speaks for the great battery life that the laptop has. It also sparked something in me. After the initial euphoria of having a MacBook in my possession drew off of me, I realized that I can actually end up using this tool as a tool of creativity. I taught myself designing, editing, video editing, took a couple of courses on photography, videography. My point here being, many people consider that a college student can suffice very easily with a laptop or a device of their choice which is 30,000-40,000 rupees in price. It'll do the basic needful of them getting through their colleges. My opinion is something that is starkly different from everyone. I believe that if you're a college student, if you have that bout of creativity in you, doesn't matter what you're studying, whether you're studying arts, you're studying commerce, you're studying design, you're studying engineering, when you have a really good machine at your disposal, something that is light, portable, powerful, unique, beautiful in terms of design and software, it sparks a tinge of creativity in you. It sparks a tinge of enthusiasm that comes from within to learn and explore using the powerful piece of hardware that you have. Most laptops that the college students use tend to have not so great a battery life. They always tend to keep them at home. If they even take them out, the battery runs out in 4 hours, and that is not a good experience. I'm pretty sure that I can speak for a lot of college students. They would like a laptop that would last them through the day. They would like a laptop that would turn heads when they're sitting using it in a cafe. They would like a laptop that they can type for hours on, watch movies for hours on, or even browse Facebook for hours on and on. Something that they can use to take notes in class, something that gives them the enthusiasm to actually work harder, put in the extra effort. Now, since you have made it so far into this video, I would safely assume that your laptop of choice is going to be a MacBook. This naturally brings about two arguments: that either you already have an older generation MacBook Air or you want to step into the Mac OS ecosystem. Two different arguments, but the very fundamental question is whether you should get the new MacBook Air or not. The answer for the person who owns a MacBook Air is very straightforward and simple. If you have a laptop that is not older than 1 year, then you should not buy the new MacBook Air, because you have the warranty and the old MacBook Air can easily last you a couple of years. But for a person who has bought this laptop, the MacBook Air, a couple of years back, I would advise that you get the new one because it offers a lot of better stuff. It's higher priced than the current gen MacBook Air, but the features that you're getting definitely make up for the cost of it. And the resale value of your old laptop is definitely going to be high enough that you get a decent cut on the price of the new one. But for the person who is just stepping into the Mac ecosystem, they have a very complicated argument in front of them. Whether they go for the older generation MacBook Air or just spend the 40,000 extra and go for the newer one. My advice would be just go for it. Whichever one you want to buy, whichever one you can, just buy them. The natural argument is that you should buy the newer one because it will last longer, it has better features. But if you are constrained by budget, if your budget is say in the lines of 60, 50, 70,000, sure, go for the older generation MacBook Air. It's a great laptop, it offers great battery life, it has a decent screen, a great trackpad, wonderful keyboard, and it's going to last you a couple of years at least. If you absolutely want the best experience, something that sparks the creative genius inside you, I would say go for the newer gen MacBook Air. Doesn't matter whether you have to wait for your laptop for a couple of extra months, do that extra internship, ask your parents for a little bit of money, dip into your savings a little bit, but get the new one. The reason being that when I got my MacBook Air, I had to spend the entire first year without a laptop just because I wanted to save up enough so that I can get the laptop that I want, something that I know will spark some sort of creativity in me, something that will spark some sense of uniqueness, something that will turn heads wherever I go. Whether or not people like to accept it or not, having that Apple logo behind the back of your laptop is much more better than having it behind the back of a phone. The argument here being that a college student does deserve the very best. The reason is very simple. You spend your college years in a very unique, in a very new environment. These are the years that shape you. These are the years when you have the utmost bout of enthusiasm and creativity. And if you're accompanied by the right machine, if you're accompanied by the right type of hardware, something that inspires you from within, that would inspire you to do bigger and better things. You can be like me, you can be like 100 and 1,000 other people who have used the power of internet, who have used the power of quality hardware to bring about entire careers. And sure, the argument that several Indian parents have is true, that you can get by with a 30,000-40,000 laptop, but it's not a coincidence that several professionals have MacBooks as their hardware of choice, whether it's a designer or a coder or an architect. My advice, even if you have to wait a couple of months longer, save up, get that MacBook Air, because that is going to bring about a really different version of you that you've never seen before. And that is it for this video. I hope you liked it. Leave some of your comments down in the comment section below, telling me whether you agree with what I've said or not. And well, I hope you subscribe if you like the video. I come up with this kind of stuff and a lot more every week. So I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.